Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Sarah K. That rhymes. Woo! Thanks so much for your support, Sarah. Of course, Lucy just jumped down so she can wreak havoc. But thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so a quick little recap of what happened on last night's live show. Gary was evicted by Demetres. I'm really gonna miss Gary. He was a lot of fun on the feeds. He had so many good one-liners too. It's gonna be rough going without him. We did get to see the full HOH competition last night, which is very rare. William won. What? So this is going to be an interesting week, right? Hopefully a little power shift here. And next week is going to be a double eviction. Okay, so the feeds usually come back right away after the episode airs, but last night it took a while for them to come back after the show ended. And guess what? It's because they had a secret task, which we didn't get to see. So it sounds like it might have been like that one in season 2. Where are you going? Where John and Allison had that like secret bar in the diary room and then they were totally getting plastered. But this time it was Kevin and Karen. I don't know if it was the exact same task or what, but I am so excited that Karen was involved in this. Karen is now like one of my favorite house guests of all time just because there's no guessing what she's gonna do next. So there was a lot of alcohol involved and apparently they completed their task because there will be no have-nots this week. That was the reward, and I think other people got to drink too. But by the time the feeds came back, a lot of people were already either asleep or going to sleep, and Karen was so ill last night. She was like puking all over the place off camera because they weren't going to show that. They don't like showing when people are sick on this show. But apparently she was a mess. So anyway, Dre was talking to Demetres. She was a little bit nervous last night because Kevin was sleeping in the HOH room with William, and William was a little bit drunk. So she's worried that William was going to spill information, like how she's targeting Kevin and Bruno, and she was also worried that William would reveal that they've been working with Demetres and Ika. They don't want that to get out because they want to protect Ika and Demetres, you know, and make sure that it still looks like they're with the other side of the house. They're still really in the middle at this point, you know. Depends on who's in power. But anyway, speak of the devil, Kevin was up in the HOH room trying to work William. So they were talking about the crowd reactions during the live show. Everybody noticed when Gary was evicted, the crowd was like, super sad. And then they also noticed during the HOH competition when Netta was eliminated, they were like, woo! Oh, damn! Yeah. So, anyway, William was like, oh, looks like I'm on the good side. And Kevin was like, yeah, and I'm on the bad side. So then, Kevin, when they were talking about the nomination vote from Backwards Week, Kevin reveals that Cindy voted to nominate William and Dre last week. What'd you do it? What did Cindy do to you? Kevin is supposed to be in this really tight alliance with Bruno and Cindy, the season 3 crew or whatever. But he's like throwing her under the bus here. So William's like, wait, what? Cindy voted for me? Like, what's that all about? So then Kevin was really trying to work things here. He was doing anything he could to put his leg over William, have any kind of physical contact he could. And it was funny because at one point, like, he had his leg over him and he was like, I know I lied to you last week and stuff, but that's a great way to start things off. And William's like, I know. So then William had a little zinger in there too. He wasn't really holding back here. He was like, I'm surprised you're just following Netta. I thought you wanted to play your own game. And at one point he was like, does it bother you that you're Netta's puppet? And Kevin was just like, well, you know, like, that's just who I'm working with. And, what, you think I'm Netta's puppet? Ugh. So anyway, they were both spilling some information to each other. Kevin is definitely trying to look out for Bruno here because he told William, Bruno is my buddy. So he was basically like, back the F off and don't put him up on the block. And William's like, yeah, I get it. I'm the same way with Dre. Like, she's my #1. Alright, so then Kevin was down in the storage room. Dylan was in there too. I think Kevin was like changing his batteries or something. So, not his actual batteries, but for his microphone. Can you imagine if this was actually some Stepford Wives shit? But anyway, Kevin checks in with Dylan, and Dylan's like, yeah, man, looks like William wants to bang you, so you should definitely pimp yourself out. And Kevin's like, I have morals, Dylan. And Dylan's like, oh, I'm just kidding. So anyway, Kevin lets Dylan know that William threw out Jackie's name, so he's like, I think we're going to be good this week. And Dylan's like, I just want to really make it to the jury. And Kevin's like, oh, we're making it to jury. We're not even going out first after jury. We're not going out second after jury. We're going deep into this game. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe you, but I don't know about Dylan. So then Kevin goes back to the HOH room with William. There's more talk about who Canada does and does not like. They talked about that a lot. And then, again, Kevin throws Cindy under the bus. This time, he's like, yeah, you know who's not really on anyone's radar and she's pretty much invisible? Cindy. Why are you doing this? Oh my god. So anyway, after they were talking, it seems like Jackie is definitely emerging as a potential target because she's a flip-flopper. But I don't know if William would actually want Jackie to go home because I thought he was pretty close with her. And I feel like it would definitely be a loss for William for Jackie to go. I feel like he has other targets he should be going after, and ooh, is he gonna blow this or what? Alright, so this morning, oh my god, Karen was in rough shape. She was still, she's like really hungover. She was still puking this morning. At one point, she walked outside to like the hot tub area, the open air area, and it was snowing out, and she just walks out and she's like, oh, it's snowing. And like projectile vomits. I'm sorry, it was disgusting, but at the same time it was amazing, and I definitely watched it like at least 5 times. It's so weird. Couldn't block that one, could you, big brother? Oh my god, I hope she's okay. But that was one of my favorite moments this season. So anyway, Dre and William had a little strategy session today. I think it's going to be a little slow on the strategy today because a lot of people are hungover. But they were talking some game, and William tells her how Kevin was throwing Cindy under the bus, and they were really confused about this. And they were also wondering if maybe Kevin was lying because they just can't figure out why Cindy would have even voted for Dre and William last week. And she did, didn't she? But they don't seem to believe it. They're like, why would she do that when her whole alliance voted for Gary and Dre? Like, it just doesn't make sense, and Cindy is supposed to be cool with William, so like, what's the deal here? So then they're like, is Kevin lying to protect Jackie? Are they close? What's going on here? So then Dre also brings up that she saw Bruno, Emily, Dylan, and Jackie all talking last night, and she's like, that all those people are working together. We need to break that up. So it seems like the target is definitely going to come out of that group of 4 this week. I'm not exactly sure who it's going to be yet, but somebody in that 4. So then they're talking about how William can really build some sort of trust, some alliance of sorts with Kevin now that Gary is gone, because there was that whole like triangle when Gary was in there. I don't know why the 3 of them wouldn't just work together, but it wasn't happening. But now that Gary is gone, William feels like he can build something substantial with Kevin, and Dre tells him, you need to guard your heart. Bachelor, guard and protect your heart. But she's like, pinky swear at me right now you will not develop feelings for Kevin. Because she tells him, it's not real. Don't believe everything he says. He's a liar. He's using you. But you can use him a little bit too here. So then Dre's also telling him to be careful with Jackie because she knows that he's a little bit close to her. And she's like, guess what? Jackie also lies. She told everyone a few weeks ago that I was campaigning for Cass to stay. Hello, you were. Does Dre really not realize that she was campaigning for Cass, or is she just like denying it? If she really believes she wasn't campaigning, wow. Okay, so anyway, Bruno and Ika were chatting by the pool, and Ika's letting him know, I think you should be good this week, because I guess she talked to William before the feeds came back yesterday. She's thinking that William's going to nominate some combination of Emily, Jackie, and Dylan. He wants to break up that squad. So Bruno's like, okay, it's not me. Excellent. So then, actually, I don't know if Bruno's actually safe this week, but I feel like maybe William will keep him off the block because he does want to develop that relationship with Kevin. So then they were also discussing the negative crowd reaction for Netta. They're talking about how mean she was to Cindy with the insult corner thing. That really was mean and like so uncalled for. And Ika's like, I would totally get rid of Netta before Cindy. Oh shit. And she's talking about how Netta is always complaining about Cindy telling stories, but like it's okay for Emily and Dylan. And Ika's like, if she wants to tell stories, I'll listen. It's not like we have TV or books in this house. True. But I mean, other than that, the feeds have been down for hours today. I don't know what's going on. I hope Karen's okay. I'm assuming they're going to have nominations at some point today. I don't know if they've got another task going on or what, but it can't be a have-not competition. They said there's no have-nots this week, so I don't know. But if you guys want to check back later tonight, I will have the nominations posted in the info for this video. So yeah, check back later, and until tomorrow, much love.